Now, I've been to a lot of anime conventions over the years. Not as much as a lot of people, but, I've had my fair share. Gotten my badges, and gotten some, cool things, pictures, I've gotten, met some nice friends, got some really cool swag signed. I've even, celebrated the fact that I've gone to conventions and I've done a lot of stuff, that I couldn't have done otherwise, But in the end, those aren't the real stories. I mean, yeah, it's great knowing, being like, oh, hey, I got two of these this pass because, I decided to stay an extra day. Or, hey, Tiffany Grant loves the alley. I got a picture there. But those aren't the greatest stories, because the greatest stories that are ever told, generally you don't have a photograph of, or even if you do, it can never compare to hearing the entire story. So that's why I've decided to start doing these videos called Real Convention Stories. And hopefully, what I intend to get from this is a whole bunch of my stories, as well as some other stories from other people on tape, because there's some really funny stuff that happens, and it's really not a great story unless someone ends up embarrassed. Now, I know it used to be a huge thing, and it's kind of re-emerged in the later years, but signs used to be a horrible problem at the conventions that I went to. The people holding up signs saying, hug me, or, will yowie for money, or glomp me, I'm Mexican. I mean, I've seen a lot of horrible ones, and sadly, I've been a part of this. One thing that I did at my first convention, OniCon, was when I ran out of money, I went around with a sign asking for hugs, and that's fine. Not a huge deal. Got over 100 something hugs in you know less than an hour, which was awesome. But at OniCon, at UshiCon 4, I actually took it to the next level because it was so horrible. There was a stairwell, and everyone was just lined up with it. And it's like a Saturday night, and I'm like, you know what? I have no more money left besides the money to get home. Maybe I should join this. My friend's like, dude, that'll never work. Like, no, 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 it can work. I run to my car and I grab some Lay's, and I'm like, do you want to get, and I write, do you want to get laid, Lei apostrophe D, uh, or dot dot dot, one kiss, please. So I go and I give, it worked a couple times, got a couple kisses on the cheek, and it was cool. One girl asked me where, and I'm like, oh, kiss right here. Then I turn my head, and she's like, oh, well, okay. Right in front of her boyfriend, and that was cool. But apparently, when you do those signs, you're supposed to specify. Now, I later ran out of lays, of course, because I only had like 5 or 6 of them. And then I started handing. My friend's like, dude, that's fucking unbelievable. Excuse my language, sorry. He's like, I wonder if you could do the same with Pocky. I'm like, I probably could. And so he gives me a box of strawberry Pocky, and I start doing it, same thing. Keep going and going and getting kisses. Now, like I said, you're supposed to specify on these signs, what gender or sex rather that you want the person to be, who's all applicable. Because if you just leave it open, I got kissed by a dude, okay? And because I didn't specify and I didn't want to be a dick, and I'm like, haha, you got me in my legal tape. And his stubble, he kissed, it hurt, it kind of hurt, it just not very good. But my friend just busted out laughing because of that, and just one of those stories that it's embarrassing, but it's kind of funny at the same time, Yeah, that's one of my most embarrassing stories. That's a real convention story. Thank you.